All right, good morning. We are going to look at the topics that correspond with number 26 and number 27, which are the last two that we're going to work on from this unit, given our time constraints. So what we're going to talk about today is something called composition of functions. All right, now most of us know what functions are. And hopefully you remember that if you have a function, you use kind of a certain kind of notation with it, and you'll say something, you'll write something like this, right? And this means f of x, right? It means a function of x. And so when we talk about composition of functions, what we're talking about is we're talking about combining two functions in a certain order, and what that does is that gives you the option then to kind of do some different things. And there's more applications of this really with real world applications where you figure out one function and then you nest that function within another one. And that's something they actually use quite a bit in computer programming. For our purposes, we are going to basically just look at the superficial version of it, which is just, no word problems, just how do we do this, and basically concentrate on things like order and all that. So let's take a look at this problem. So it says the functions u and w are defined as follows, and you've got u of x equals negative x minus 1, and you've got w of x equals negative x squared plus 1. And it says find the value of u of w of 2. So when you have something like that, right, let me write this. If you have something that's u of w of 2, and you want to find that, it's kind of like PEMDAS and how you work with parentheses, where you basically work from the inside out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with w of 2. All right, I'm going to start with w of 2, and I'm not going to even worry about the u for right now. So what that means is I'm going to take my w function, which is this negative x squared plus 1, and I'm going to evaluate it if x is 2. So I'm going to go w of 2 is equal to negative, and then you put your 2 squared in, right? Negative 2 squared plus 1. And then we just simplify it, right? Well, negative 2 squared is 4, so it's negative 4 plus 1. Remember, you apply the negative after it because of the way it's written, and then your answer would be negative 3. And so I would say, okay, so I know that w of 2 is negative 3. Now what I want to do is I want to find, so if I know that here, let me write this again. If I know that u of w of 2 is going to equal something, I now know what this is. I now know that this is negative 3. So this becomes u of negative 3. Right? So I'm going to take this now and I'm going to put it into my u function. And my u function is u of x is equal to negative x minus 1. All right? So I'm going to take that, and so u of negative 3 equals negative 3 minus 1. So this becomes 3 minus 1, so my answer is 2. So I went through all that work just to arrive at that answer. All right, let's try another one. So basically you're working from right to left, inside out. So it says s of t of 5. So I'm going to start with my t function, right, and I'm going to evaluate it at 5. So my t function is x squared minus 2, right? So I'm going to go t of 5 is if I put 5 squared in, 5 in for x, figure that out, and then subtract 2. So 5 squared is 25 minus 2, so I should get 23. So now I've got to take this and I've got to put this into my s function. And s is s of x equals negative x plus 2. So let's substitute in negative, put in my 23 plus 2. So my answer is evaluating negative 23 plus 2, which gives me negative 21. So we have negative 21. And hopefully I did it right. Yeah. All right, let's do one last one. Here, let's move you up a little bit. just so we really feel comfortable with this. All right, so I'm going to start with r of 2. All right, so my r function is 5x plus 3. So I'm going to have 5 times 2 plus 3. All right, because my r function was 5x plus 3. So I'm just substituting in 2 for that. So that becomes 10 plus 3, which simplifies to 13. So that's what r of 2 is. And now I'm going to put that into my s function. And my s function is this negative 2x plus 2. So I'm going to have negative 2 times 13 plus 2. Okay, so I got negative 26 plus 2, so negative 24. And hopefully you get these, and these make sense to you. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful to you, and good luck with these.